What needs to be said? Like, it's Pixar. It's huge. It's gonna make loads of money.
It's huge. It's massive.
We do have to talk about it.
And I do have a history with Finding Nemo. It's actually probably one of our earliest film memories when I was 8. The fact that I don't know if I spoke about this on the show or the podcast before, probably earlier, but the fact that when I saw Finding Nemo as a kid in 2003, I did it as a birthday party.
Oh no!
Yeah, and so we went to the Bowden Cinema, and like they did like a birthday celebration, obviously like the whole thing, buffet and stuff, blah blah blah, the standard birthday stuff at the cinema.
Yeah, had plenty of
and
those.
then hyper kids and sweets before film is probably not the most ideal combination that you can want.
Yeah.
So essentially, our supervisor, so to speak, when we were in the playroom, essentially got a bin put on his head while we assaulted him with foam sticks and foam swords and various weapons while he had a thing around his head. It's fair to say he went away pretty quickly when he got free, and we didn't see him for the rest of... I was wondering... Yeah, I was wondering why he went away to begin with. I was sort of like, he's on the toilet for a long time. That was my overriding memory, and it just turns out he probably quit, to be honest.
You were one of them.
Yeah, one of those kids.
Do you repent? Do you feel bad now?
It was fun at the time. I'm just glad I didn't turn out into a violent person, to be honest.
You sicken me. You disgust
I can just
me.
imagine, right now, with the prospect of being lambasted over the head by about 10, 15 kids with foam swords does terrify me, to be honest.
Kids, eat more fruit.
Eat more fruit and take your vitamins.
Yes, sweets are bad for you. They make you assault cinema staff, which
Yeah,
is not what we want.
Which is not what we
Stay in school and stay at cinema.
The film show does not condone assaulting cinema staff. So Finding Dory.
Before you go, I've got quite a fond memory of Dory as well. Not a violent one like you. Because I saw it in America. I saw it in New York City back when it came out in 2003, and that was so special. Obviously, the only time I've been in American cinema, and it was just really, really different. And then I went to see it a second time with my mum when it came out in the UK, and just sobbed my eyes out. That's my Dory. It's nothing violent or exciting, but it's just very special.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with these animated films. People have a lot of strong memories attached to them, and the fact that 90% of the audience in opening weekend for Finding Dory will have been people who have seen the film as a very young child and will be the first people there, butts in seats, watching this film.
So what annoys me is all the small children in my screen who didn't see it when it came out, who were born like 4 years ago, who isn't their privilege because they've got the action figures and stuff. No, I was there. We're Finding Nemo originals. We're the OGs.
The kid.
Get out. You're not allowed to see it. Get out.
The kid to the left of me had light-up shoes.
A kid to the right of me had light-up shoes.
Like,
what
I understand that you're trying your best, parents, and that sometimes you've got to take kids to somewhere to keep them quiet for a bit and get some peace. But that's a bad parenting. Why would you give them light-up shoes? Come on, parents. You're smarter than this.
Sometimes you're best.
You've been smart enough to raise a child. Why would you give them light-up shoes in a cinema? All right, yes. So Finding Dory, 13 years later, in 2000, from 2003 to 2016, finally returning to this. Now, sequels haven't always been Pixar's sort of thing, to be honest, because Cars 2 was sort of forgotten as quick as most things are in the world, and Monsters University was sort of received, all right. I mean,
disappointing.
As a big fan of the first one, I wasn't exactly rushing out to see it, to be honest. And so obviously pressure was on for this one, and massive expectation to succeed. Lots of childhoods, going to be ruined if it's bad. To quote a Ghostbusters thing, but in this one, it's directed by Andrew Stanton and Angus MacLean, who did the first one and are involved in all sorts of Pixar projects as directors and producers, so they've got a storied history. And they've in this one, as you can guess probably by the title, they shift the story focus from Nemo and Marlin, the clownfish of the first one, to a side character of Dory, the blue tang. And it's sort of the fact that they've managed to change the story focus from the original sort of main two leads into Dory, who is sort of a jokey side character. Well, she's one of the leads in the first one, but she's still very much sort of the comic relief. And they've managed to turn that on its head and make her a massively emotional character in her own self. Is a fantastic achievement for Pixar as well. And the Nemo world for me has always been one of Pixar's sort of grandest worlds that they've created, because the ocean they do in Nemo is just so colourful and bright, and it's just in the new one it's just so vibrant and so deep. I mean, like there's plenty of shots in this one. I know some reviews have said that it's sort of a white knuckle ride that doesn't really leave you enough space to sort of get your bearings a little, but there is plenty of like shots where Dory's just sort of looking out at the distance, or the main character's looking out in the vastness of the ocean, and you get that depth. You really see it, and it's so beautifully animated that you just can't be helped but adored by the fact that Pixar have probably the most outstanding animation artist in the world right now. They really are showing off, and the fact that beforehand,
the shot at the start,
the Piper shot, which is
Piper.
practically photorealistic. I won't say anything about it because you need to see it. It's adorably brilliant, and it's photorealistic, and the animation in Dory is it's superb. You know, it brings fish and sharks and whales, belugas, everything to life, and it's just such a wonderfully realised world that it pulls you straight back in once you get back in there.
and they're all realised characters as well, aren't they? They're not just sort of background.
Oh yeah,
They've all
absolutely.
got different personalities.
Every single one has got a different one. There's like a Boston accent, or you've got the fact that Dory's got short-term memory loss. You've got whales who got sort of impaired and hitting walls that's the character of Destiny, the whale shark, who keeps hitting the walls in an aquarium. And that's the thing to say. So basically, in the new one, Dory, she's realised that she has parents. Obviously, she has short-term memory loss, so she keeps forgetting things. She realises she had a family, and they set off to find her family, and they end up at a marine life sanctuary. And essentially, this is sort of the apparatus that they have to sort of decide that they want to tell a story about the fact that preservation can be bad, you know, but it can also equal. Obviously, Blackfish was the film that sort of tipped everyone's scales.
Yeah,
and the fact, and it,
very good. Very good.
And it isn't heavy-handed in the matter that it deals with, but the fact that it does have scenes in there which show you like really frighteningly how some things might feel, and again that's Pixar's strength, showing how inanimate objects might feel, such as toys. And in this one, they've got a paddling pool scene where kids prod starfish and jellyfish. It's horrendous, like it's really horrifying, and they really do personify that brilliantly. And the fact that they have this whole aquarium full of characters and full of disability, disability suffering characters, because with the character of Dory, you have the short-term memory loss, and the fact that she is now the focus of the story allows Pixar to focus on other characters in this aquarium who have disabilities, like Destiny, the whale shark, who keeps hitting the walls.
She's short-sighted, isn't she?
Yeah, or the beluga shark played by Burrell, who beluga whale keeps hitting the walls. I'm sorry, he's got no echolocation. Sorry. So it shows that some animals do need to be in.
And Hank's a septopus.
Oh yeah,
isn't he?
yeah. Hank the octopus is probably the standout. I know Pixar said that it's the most challenging animated character they've ever had, and you really see it because he's such a fun, dry performance by Ed O'Neill. I mean, the whole voice cast is really well done, from the parents, from Albert Brooks, from Marlon. They're all back, and the fact that you really get a sense of these characters are so well personified that
it's not the same Nemo though, obviously.
Yeah, it's not the same Nemo as you would expect.
The kid who played Nemo in the first one is back in this one, but a different role. It's funny.
Yeah, but and the fact that they've managed to bring back this world and focus it on a comedy character with a story that is so heartfelt, that is so wonderfully Pixar, and managed to make it, to me at least, in the same league as the original Finding Nemo, is a massive, massive success.
Here's what I like. Everyone, especially when the first trailer came out, I thought this is going to be shtick. I thought it's going to be like a sort of, oh look, get it? She can't remember things, and I thought that'd be like the whole film. But Pixar, as we should have known by now, don't do films about just fish or about just toys or about just monsters. They're always something else. And because we didn't explore a lot of Dory's story in the first one, it was kind of more about Nemo and Marlin.
Yeah.
When this story is opened up, you kind of realise, God, there is so much more under the surface, so to speak.
We're just coming up with these puns out today.
Yeah, I had more in my head. As I was watching the film, I thought that's a good one, but I've forgotten it now.
The sea.
Yeah.
Talking wet.
They've managed to do, once again, make a film that's not just about what it looks like, and to children that's going to speak to them, because certainly in the cinema I was in, full of very young small children who probably wouldn't engage with some of the kids' films that would go straight over the top of their heads. It puts the brilliant animation together with the great voice casting, the great script, and the great morals and message, similar to Zootropolis, which we'll get to because somebody has compared it to that. It puts it on a plate nicely for an audience that wouldn't understand it. Not for vegans.
Yeah,
but, it's fantastic. I think it's not the same film as the first one as well. That's why I'm really fond of it.
Yeah, I was worried it was going to be a retread.
They've not done the sort of. It's not Dory that's gone missing in this sense. It's it's a different meaning to the finding. She's finding herself and finding her family, and it will speak to people and it will relate to people. Not myself personally, but I enjoyed the ride, and I liked that it was a different kind of film. It wasn't the same characters. It introduced new faces, introduced new morals and messages, and you can't help it. Just love it.
Yeah,
just love it.
I just want to say, like, Baby Dory is the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Like, I actually gasped in the cinema of how cute it was. Like, I want not like that, but like, I want a baby Dory. I want a baby Dory on my shelf. Like, it's the eyes. Oh, it's so cute.
I want a big Destiny.
Oh yeah, Destiny. We should say the whale shark is voiced by Kaitlin Olson from It's Always Sunny, which we love.
Sweet day.
And it's amazing. She does shout and scream at times, and it's amazing. But yeah, the fact that they have got this new location of the aquarium, and they bring in all of these characters that have disabilities, like Dory, and allow them to speak about that in the way that Pixar always do so well, and it still manages to be so warm and funny and really, really heartbreaking by the end in that classic fashion. I'm so happy this delivered.
Did you cry?
I was very close. I probably wasn't as super grabbed into it just because I was so distracted by the light up shoes, but I really was I was but it's heartbreaking. No, I can't. I really can't. But I was very close.
I was crying from the Disney logo after the short film.
Yeah, it turned out it was just busting into tears.
Yeah. When was the last time this happened? It happened.
Star Wars.
You're
crying right from the opening crawl.
No.
Crawl.
What was the last? No, I can't remember. There was there was a Disney film where it came on. I started.
Inside Out. Zootopia? No,
I don't know.
Disney film?
I don't know.
Toy Story? I don't remember.
I don't know, but that set me off, and then I sort of internally cried several times as the film went on. Never actually,
internally cry.
Like sort of when you can feel it in this point, you got to like fight it back.
It's like a waterfall in here.
But obviously, I was in a room full of like kids who were kind of like they were fine with it. It's like, it's a kids film, and I'm sitting there going like holding on to their armchairs like, no, don't. I probably did. And as such, I missed the after credits thing. I didn't stick around for that.
Yeah, it's a really good after credits
thing. I had to
thing.
get out of there. With the cinema we saw it in, the chairs had like rocky, like they weren't like fixed in position, so they kind of rocked backwards and forwards. So the kids in front of me were like they were all rocking backwards and forwards. And then my mum was like sitting back in a comfortable position, and somebody went up to get the toilet, and like they knocked her out of a seat.
Strange.
It's
just the light up shoes. It's bad parenting, that man.
God. One point that is worth mentioning that we spoke about just a few minutes ago, like before we started recording.
Yeah, so I mean, Dominic West and Idris Elba play a couple of seals who live on a rock outside of the observatory, and there's a bird called Becky as well who helped Marlon and Nemo to find Dory on the way. And essentially, these two characters. Well, I mean, the seal that lives with Dominic West and Idris Elba on the rock, and
Gerald.
Becky, Gerald. They are some of the funniest parts of the film, but their characters have they suffer from mental health issues.
Possibly. That's kind of what is referred
essentially.
to.
And the fact that it just seems a bit odd to me that the fact that this film's overriding main message and theme is you can overcome your disability completely.
When these two characters are sort of the butt of several jokes.
when some of the highlights of the film is poking fun at characters who clearly have mental health issues. It's a bit.
It's difficult.
I don't know.
Are they the butt of the jokes? Are they? It does seem a bit puzzling, doesn't it?
I don't know. It could be just the character, or like I don't know. Maybe it wasn't intended that way at all. Maybe it's just an oversight. Maybe it's just for very young children who just want stupid characters.
Possibly.
I don't know. Because they are very stupid. It might not be the fact that they have mental health issues. They might just be very dumb.
Possibly.
I
don't know.
Who knows? It's an interesting issue anyway. Yeah.
Finding Dory. Joe. I mean, you're not. We've already established.
Joe hates animation.
He didn't. He's just not interested, are you, really?
No.
I mean, we had this conversation a few weeks ago on the podcast. It's just a film about fish, isn't it, for you?
Joe's version of Finding Nemo is just going to Iceland.
It's not just about fish.
Okay, fine.
It's not about the fish. Finding Nemo is not about the fish.
I mean, it is. But
It's about the story and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
I mean, we did.
Yeah. Highly recommended for everyone.
I recommend. So we've had some correspondence on this. Thank you for getting in touch, everyone who did. Megan Fife, I thought Finding Dory was okay, about a 7 out of 10.
Oh.
I like the general story and the references to the first film. I love Destiny and Baby Dory. My issue was that when I left the cinema after Zootropolis, I couldn't stop being like, holy crap, that was awesome, in caps. After I left the cinema. But with Finding Dory, I just didn't get that. I felt the film didn't need to be made. It obviously answered some questions and stuff, but it just didn't do it for me. I'd watch it again, but I really feel like it could have been better. The Pixar short Piper beforehand is awesome, though. I don't know. I feel like because it's a different film, it did need to be made.
It's a story that needed to be told.
If it was the same film again, and I mean, there's some references to the first one, but it's not like it's not a nostalgia thing, is it? It could have been under different hands. It could have been a nostalgia.
It could have been a cheap knockoff installment, but it's not. It's got real passion and creativity in here.
Tom Glenwright, funny, tied up a lot of the loose ends from the first film, 8 out of 10. I mean, loose ends and stuff. It's a different film.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much. But yes, 8 out of 10, still a good score. Johnny Goldsmith, not as good as the first one, but I enjoyed it. Another person saying not as good. Stephanie Lightwing, our flatmate, hello. I loved it, and that's from an avid Finding Nemo fan. She does have a massive Nemo, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, she's got loads of Pixar toys.
Not as good as the original, but you can never beat an original in my opinion. I just thought it was so cleverly thought out from the character's point of view. They didn't overdo it or anything. It was just spot on. Fair enough.
There you go.
And Andy, our friend who goes to Gates a match with us. Season starts on Saturday, by the way. It's Chester, 3 o'clock. Gates Stadium. It's quite cheap.
Go and spend Saturday.
He took his daughter Holly to the cinema for the very first time, and I actually bumped into him. I was there on Sunday when I saw Bourne, because we saw it separate this week, didn't we? I was going in to see Dory, and he was going to see. I was going to see Bourne. He was going to see Dory, and he said that Holly certainly enjoyed it, and his wife Leslie said she loved it. But she was more engrossed than Holly was, their daughter. So congratulations to Holly, first cinema trip, and a good choice indeed.
Yeah, first of many, hopefully.
First of many, hopefully. Andy says that he's been dragged along to see Secret Life of Pets next.
There you go.
There's worse things you can't get dragged along to. Honestly, I'd certainly take that over some other things that we'll probably have to see.
Yeah.
In the next few weeks, months, years, however long.
Yeah.
But that's fine. And Dory,
enjoy cinema, Holly.
And yes, enjoy the cinema. There's so much more to discover. But
Cinema.
How long before she's watching Audette, Joe? How long?
You're never too young.
Never too.
You think 5 years?
Yeah.
I actually think the film is a U.
Oh, there you go.
Or PG. I don't. It's not bad at all.
If you're listening, Andy, from Dory to Audette. Natural progression, isn't it, Joe? There's plenty more to say on this. I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen it yet, although a lot of people have. It has made $800 million.
Get it watched, people.
But if you do see it the next week, or you haven't had your chance to see anything yet, we always invite the floor for any opinions of any scale, or be them right or wrong. LRJ Film Show on Facebook.
There's no wrong opinions.
There's no wrong opinions until we get Jason Bourne later on. Facebook, Twitter. All of that stuff. LRJ Film Show is the bit after the slash. We've got